Hello everybody, it's Jeff here. I'm just going to be showing everyone the last training cycle I did. This what you're looking at now is the programming. So this is the first couple weeks, which weren't working weeks, they were just reload weeks. I understand it's probably hard to see the very small writing. It's just going to be going through each week and I've got the dates there written down. So these are all the working weeks. I think it was a total of 11 weeks, including the reload weeks. Another thing is I haven't included any of the warm-up sets in any of the programming. So these are all just the working sets. And so yeah, that's the end of the programming there. You can just go back and pause the video if you want to see. You might have to go full screen or whatever to get a proper look. Going straight into the footage now on the squat. So I'm pretty much going to be just talking over everything the whole time. So if you don't want to hear me, just mute the video. Feel free to just skip through and have a look at everything. You don't have to watch the whole thing, obviously, but it will be going over and talking about my programming and my form and everything like that. All of this is taken from the very last day of the program. And this finished 2 weeks ago now. No. 1 week ago. Yeah. 1 week ago from when this is uploaded. I'm kind of rushing this out and just doing all the commentary in one take. So if I repeat a bunch of things, it's just... I probably forgot to... I've already mentioned it. But yeah, so this is the squat. 105. It's 3 sets of 5. And you probably saw on the programming I was doing 5 days a week. Full body each session. And pretty much just keeping every session the exact same. That's kind of what works for me. It's simple and easy. I can just go in the gym and do the same thing. I don't have to think about micromanaging any of my lifts or rotating stuff or making up for lost volume that I didn't do. Just go in, do the weights and call it done. And yeah, so squat isn't one of my best lifts. There's a little bit of butt wink after I go past parallel, but I think most people get that anyway. It's kind of unavoidable. It's just the biomechanics of how your skeleton works. I am just under 6 feet tall. To be honest, I don't think there's too much really that wrong with my form here. This was pretty close to obviously I'm open to any kind of criticism. Go ahead, but this was pretty close to my max. I think this is the final set. Yeah, this last rep was it's not a total grinder, but you can see it was certainly difficult. All of these lifts I've tried to program so that they are pretty hard by the end of it. So this is bench now. My bench is just lower than my squat. My squat's kind of one of my weakest lifts. I avoided training it for a lot of years. Most of my training age is made up by just body weight calisthenics, just body weight training. I haven't really done weights, especially barbell weights. I've only done barbell for like a year and a half now. With this kind of programming. But yeah, so with my bench, I kind of showed a bit of my setup so that you can see I use the rack to get my arch kind of a bit better. With the bench I'm using is kind of skinny and slippery, so it's kind of hard to get a proper good position when I start. This is probably one of the lifts that I need the most coaching on, to be honest. I try to get as much as an arch as I can, but I think I just maybe have to do some mobility work. Perhaps the bar path is pretty straight. Obviously, it's going to be going down towards your lower chest a bit at the bottom. So that's all fine. And yeah, my rack isn't the best, as you can tell. It's only like a $300 rack. Yeah, with the hand positioning there, I'm trying to get it down in the bottom of my palm as much as I can. And my feet are flat on the floor. I try to get my feet as far back as I can. I'm not that flexible. I think if I did more mobility work, I'd certainly be able to get a better arch and have my feet further back towards my head. I think that was the last set. Yeah, so benching was pretty hard, but not insanely hard. No super grinders. Overhead press, however, was way harder. I think I really overreached. I didn't overreach a whole, like, obviously if I was overreaching way too much, I wouldn't be able to complete the lifts at all, but I did manage to get all the reps in the 3 sets of 5. But I think on this second set here, there's like an absolute grinder on the last rep. Like you'll be able to see I like start shaking. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit unstable here, as you can see. And yeah, this last one's a grinder. Just grinding that out. I think I added a little bit. Is a bit much weight. I'm definitely gonna have to scale back the overhead press next cycle. And I added 5 kilos to it versus my last cycle. My last cycle was virtually identical to this one. And obviously 5 kilos is a fair bit to add to your PR on an overhead press. I'm kind of entering the intermediate stages now of training, so I think that was the last set. Wasn't so much of a grinder on the third set there, but now it's deadlifting. This is probably one of my better lifts personally. I've got more of a training age on it. And at the start there, you could see I took a deep breath and braced at the top before going down and starting the lift. And I'm not... like, this isn't that hard for me. To be honest, I probably could have done more weight. But here's a front view. Just the amount of fatigue, though, from every other lift, it would have been difficult. Like, the other lifts probably would have suffered more, especially the overhead press, where the fatigue management is pretty important. So yeah, you can see I'm not like slamming the weights. It is certainly difficult and like hard, but it's not like maxing. Like the last rep here is probably like RP 8 or 9. It's not like a full 10. Probably squeeze out another rep or 2 if I really wanted, but that's alright. I'm not trying to on this cycle get my deadlift up. So yeah, anyway, pull-ups here. The bars kind of set low. So yeah, I'm not like boosting off with my feet there. My feet are touching the ground, but they're not. They're just stabilizing me. It's just my toes, just to stop me from wobbling and moving around and to like help me reset. I'm not using them to launch, and as you can see, I'm fully going down into a dead hang between each rep. Yeah, this is actually pretty heavy. Like the pull-ups as well, I was struggling with because it's pretty heavy for me. Like this is maxing out certainly. Like I would not be able to get another rep in. My body weight just for reference, is around, it was 93, I think, when I was doing this. When I was during this training day. Yeah, at the end of the cycle, I was 93. I didn't get a photo of the scale. I forgot to do that, but just take my word for it, I guess. Random picture of a scale is not going to prove much anyway, either. Here's some dips. On the dips, I've virtually just done the same weight as I did on the pull-ups. But then I've just added a few reps because I can dip more. And this isn't max. This is just, I'm just doing it for I kind of value dips. I couldn't really go down that far anyway with them either. I can just go to parallel before the weight hits the ground. Here we've got lateral raises. I've only got one dumbbell. And this is with 11.8 kilos. In the programming that I posted, it was, I think I had it at 12.3. That's wrong because the dumbbell itself weighs 15 pounds, which is 6.8 kilos. And then the weight I've got on there is 2.5 kilo plates, which equals, it's just 5 plus 6.8, 11.8. I was doing more weight, but after my deload week, I upped the weight on these and I was doing around 15 kilos for 5. And my traps were getting absolutely slaughtered by that. Like, I don't think my delts were strong enough yet to handle that without my traps taking over and like taking most of the burden. So I've just, on this last couple of weeks, I've just decided to scale the weight back and get more of a hypertrophy benefit from it. This isn't really an exercise you want to be like strength training much anyway. It's kind of an isolation, so that's good. Here we go into barbell curls. I don't really know if this is much weight or not, but this is certainly very heavy for me. This is one of the exercises like that I'd lump in with the overhead press, the pull-ups, in terms of the fatigue. Like, holy shit, this was maxing the fuck out on this. Like, it was very hard for me to control the eccentric like on the way down. But I mean, I'm not like swaying a whole lot, but I am kind of leaning back to like help myself. So there is a bit of body English involved. I would certainly like my form to be better, and doing 3 sets of these was pretty brutal. Next cycle, I want to just take it back to doing 2 sets of these because I'm doing this every day, like 5 days a week. So it's a lot of frequency, and I don't know if I can handle that quite yet. So because I want to introduce some more exercises next cycle too. I want to start doing barbell lunges, barbell calf raises, and I want to get another dumbbell to do dumbbell flies. So I might just scale back my barbell curls here, and you'll see next I start doing skull crushes. I was also doing them for 3 sets of 5 every day, which was a bit much. I was kind of getting forearm and elbow tendonitis. It was certainly painful, but it was manageable. Like, I would massage myself, and it was the worst certainly towards the end. That deload week I had was, if I didn't have that deload week, I think the tendonitis probably would have been too much to handle. And you can see here I'm going very slow on the first rep because I'm kind of in pain a bit from the overuse. That's one of the drawbacks from doing full body training, is the frequency can really slam the fuck out of your joints and your tendons and ligaments, that stuff. But for me, doing this kind of training is just what I prefer, and it's what gets me into the gym. And I think ultimately that's what's important. Is if you're doing training that you don't want to do, and you're just more likely to skip days, and not actually get in and do the work. And I found when I was doing, split training like upper lower or like push pull legs, those kind of programs, after I had a few days off, it was just really brutal. Like I always felt like a butterfly trying to crawl out of its cocoon for the first time every time I would go back and do fucking bench or something or squats again. Whereas with this, because I'm doing it every day, I'm kind of like I'm already warmed up. Like I already did it the previous day, so I'm like reactivating it. So if you have like a 3-day break, 2-day break, you have to warm up more to get back into it. Anyway, like this is what works for me. This is what I like to do. I think this is the end here. If you watched to the end, thanks for watching. And yeah, just finish it off. I was gonna do some pendulum row. I did these pendulum rows. I was gonna do the ab wheel as well. And the grip trainers, but I decided to leave them out because I didn't end up doing those on the very last day. But anyway, thanks for watching and see you later.